guys, it's your boy Dylan the Villain coming back at you once again with some more Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. It is Sunday, week 1 of September 97. It is time for some Sunday Night Heat. We're in front of 3,100 people in a sold-out Alexandria Palace in the great country of England, the United Kingdom. In an abysmal match, Bomb and Crush defeat, no pre-show here tonight, Bomb and Crush defeat the Rock and Roll Express in 13-16 when Bomb pinned Ricky Martin after a powerbomb. The match got a 26. Bomb and Crush with a 33 and a 36. And Robert and Ricky with a 32 and 31. Bomb and Crush have great chemistry teaming together. Ricky Martin and Robert Gibson showed excellent chemistry teaming together. Announcing color commentary gave the match a boost, but the crowd was turned off by having a match outside the pre-show between workers that they just did not give a shit about. We're going to move on to the next segment. And we see Jim Ross in the ring. And Jim Ross goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I would like to introduce one of the newest members of the World Wrestling Federation, Steve Blackman." And all of a sudden, Steve Blackman gets music kicks to and on the jumbotron it shows a guy and he has nunchucks and he's doing a whole bunch of martial arts and Bruce Lee style stuff. You know, he's whoa, motherfucker. You know, he's whooping ass and shit like that. And out comes Steve Blackman, and he has his karate suit on and with the black belt, and he does a whole bunch of martial arts stuff, and he comes to the ring. And Jim Ross goes, "Steve, it's an honor to have you here in the World Wrestling Federation. Tonight is your first match here in the World Wrestling Federation, and we wish you the best of luck here in the World Wrestling Federation." And Steve Blackman, he just stoic. He doesn't say a word. He just nods. And Jim Ross is like, do you have anything to say, Steve?" And Steve goes, "Yeah, my name ain't Steve Blackman." And Jim Ross looks at him confused. He goes, then what's your name?" And Steve goes, "My name is Steve motherfucking Blackman." And then he swats the mic away out of Jim Ross's hands. And Jim Ross goes, "Well, there you have it. I apologize, Steve motherfucking Blackman. His name is Steve motherfucking Blackman." So we go to a match featuring Steve motherfucking Blackman. And Steve motherfucking Blackman beats the holy hell out of this jobber guy from England. The match got a 17. Steve Blackman went a 29. He's not over in England. Which I was holding off to debut him until after, and I was like, nah, I'll just go ahead and debut him. It's the first week of Sunday Night Heat, and this guy got a 31, so this guy's a little bit more over than Steve Blackman in England. Announcing color commentary the match boost, and the crowd did not like watching two guys that they weren't interested in. Once again, the match got a 17. Horrible debut for Steve Blackman, but Steve Blackman comes out here and just beats the hell out of this kid. Basically, just Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee's this kid. With a whole bunch of karate moves, and kind of like Aleister Black's Black Mass finishing move, like a roundhouse kick, is Steve Blackman's finish, and we end that thing. Oh yes, I forgot about this. We seen Dwayne Gill, and he's in the back, and he's at catering, and as we know, Dwayne Gill's been having some pretty bad luck after Jim Cornette has dumped him after getting injured. And, with the whole thing with Jim Cornette and Dwayne Gill winning the Royal Rumble and winning the championship and then getting beat up by Vader and getting injured and having to vacate the title and, all that good stuff. And Jim Cornette pretty much cast him aside. Jim Cornette doesn't even remember who he is. But as we know, Dwayne Gill made a whole bunch of money off of his main event WrestleMania payday, but his money's all gone. He doesn't know what happened to his money. Jim Cornette probably spent all of his money and buying him all this nice stuff, and now he's pretty much homeless. All his clothes are rattled and tattered and pretty much back from square one. And then all of a sudden we see this man, and he has a briefcase and a nice suit, and he goes, "Excuse me, are you Dwayne Gill?" And Dwayne Gill turns around and he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "My name is Arwen R. Shyster. I'm with the IRS, and I have a complaint here saying that you did not file your taxes this year, and that you committed tax fraud. So as you see, and then all of a sudden, like, these two policemen show up, and he's like, as you see, you will be placed under arrest. And Dwayne Gill's just like, what? I don't even have money. Like, how do I owe the government money? And IRS is just like, well, the numbers don't lie, and the paperwork don't lie, but it seems like you owe back the government $3 million. He's like, $3 million? Where am I going to get $3 million? You know, like, he's freaking out. And he's just like, yeah, so you're coming with us to jail, buddy. And they arrest Dwayne Gill. And Dwayne Gill's crying. He's getting thrown in the back of the police car. And he's just bawling. He's in tears. He's crying. His whole life pretty much has went downhill. And he's in jail. He's going to jail. This might be the last time that we see Dwayne Gill, sadly. And Dwayne Gill going to jail for not paying his taxes. So the segment got a 49. We move on to the next segment, and it is one Brian the Prince, Brian Lawler, taking on Jushin Thunder Liger in a light heavyweight contest, and he beats him by pinfall with a top leg drop. During the match, Jerry the King Lawler distracts Liger. Brian Lawler with a 37 and Liger with a 41. Announcing in color commentary gave the match a boost. The match got a 43, not bad. But after the match, a 95. Golly, Jerry. After the match, Brian the Prince Lawler and Jerry the King Lawler are going backstage. And once again, Too Cool, the other two members of Too Cool, try to stop Brian, and they go, Brian, man, you know, Rikishi goes, Brian, man, come on, man, what are you doing, bro? He's like, this is not you, this is not who you want to be, man. He goes, the group is just not the same without you. And he looks at Scotty 2 Hotty, and he's like, yeah, dog. Scotty 2 Hotty's like, yeah, dog. Rikishi's just like, bro, he's like, we need you back, man. He's like, I don't like this new attitude that you have. I don't like what's become of you. And Brian literally goes, oh my word, dear peasants, I am sorry that I apologize for your misfortunes and your run of bad luck here of lately. But me and my father, we seem to be having a good share of luck in our way. If you do so, considering yourself an acquaintance, you would be happy that I have found great success in my life moving forward, and you will not hinder me in my pursuit of happiness. Now, I bid you a fair day and a good day. And Rikishi looks at, you know, they walk off, and Jerry the King Lawler's like, ha! he walks off, and Rikishi looks at Scotty 2 Hotty, and Scotty 2 Hotty looks at Rikishi, and he's just like, dog. Rikishi's like, yeah, brother, I feel you. We'll get him back. And Jerry the King Lawler did good without a script. Jerry the King Lawler didn't even talk, but announced in color commentator gave match boost. Segment got an 85. Not bad, Jerry the King Lawler. We move on to our main event of the night, which is a tag team match as APA defeats the Legion of Doom when Farouk pinned Road Warrior Animal with a denominator. Farouk with a 62, Bradshaw with a 44, Hawk with a 58, and Animal with a 52. Farouk and Bradshaw have the tag team specialist bonus. The Road Warriors have excellent chemistry teaming together, and the Road Warriors also have the tag team specialist bonus. And color commentary gave the match a boost. The match got a 50. And we move on to our next segment, and it is Ass Dust. And Ass Dust is in the back, and they're watching TV, and Goldust is just like, my word. He goes, who would have thought that the tag team division here in the World Wrestling Federation will suddenly see an urge once we become tag team champions? He goes, isn't that right, Billy? And Billy's just like, I guess so, man. He goes, We successfully defended our titles the other night. I guess after that big win with APA, I guess they're the new number 1 contenders. And Goldust is just like, well, if they are the number 1 contenders, he's like, I really don't know if I would want them to be, the number 1 contenders. And Billy's just like, yeah, it's going to be a hard match for sure if they are the number 1 contenders. Goldust is like, yep, I agree. And that's the end of that, because I mean, it's pretty much talking about APA winning the match and APA pretty much being the number 1 contenders, and they're kind of like, well, like, even though we're a new tag team, I believe that we can handle it, and all that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and finish the show. The show got a 67, not bad. We're going to go ahead and finish it. Not bad at all. But the debut of Steve motherfucking Blackman here in the World Wrestling Federation. Steve motherfucking Blackman is here. But we have some notes that we have to take care of and everything like that. Thank y'all for watching Sunday Night Heat, guys. Thank y'all for leaving a like and a comment down below for those of y'all who do. It helps out the channel a lot. It gets more eyes on the channel, and it motivates me. Commenting down below lets me know whether you like storylines and all that stuff. It lets me know if I'm doing a good job and all that stuff. So I highly appreciate it, guys, and I'll always comment back. Anybody who comments, I comment back and reply back as soon as I possibly can, which is probably the same day. I usually come back the next day or that day, comment back. I appreciate everybody who watches. If you are new to the channel and like what you see, the subscribe icon will be over the New Japan Wrestling logo. And if you like this episode and want to go back and catch up on some previous episodes, the playlist will be under Last Night Results. And if you're looking for something a little bit more extreme, the ECW, the latest episode of ECW Hardcore TV will be right here. It is ECW in 2001, if ECW became WWF's developmental territory. I'm having fun booking that, to be honest with you. I'm having a blast booking that. So, if you want something a little bit more extreme, there's that for you. My name is Dylan the Villain, and like we always say here at Pro Am Gaming, if you cannot play with each other, do what I'm doing right now and play with yourself. We'll see y'all on the next one, guys. Have a good day.